Hello, welcome pen friends. I'm back with another video, a pen video, and today we're going to talk about the Jinhao 993, which is the shark pen, which you've probably seen a lot of for sure. And it's so funny because I wasn't going to get one. I had a bad experience. I had ordered off of eBay and gotten the wrong pen, and it wasn't the right kind of nib. So I kind of, when these first came on board at Goulet Pens, I thought I'd wait. I just couldn't get excited about it at the time because I had been a little disappointed before. But a pen friend sent me one out of the blue. I had no idea that was going to happen. And boy, am I glad she did, because when I started to write with this pen, it's just so smooth. It was incredible. It really, it shocked me, actually, how smooth it was. And it shouldn't have, because I'll show you in a minute. I have another Jinhao pen similar that writes real smooth too. But it's not that I'd really forgotten. I just wasn't really expecting it to blow me away so much. To be such a smooth writer with the little extra fine nib. So obviously it's a very fun pen, and it's got the little shark on it, and a nice clear window here in the ink window. So I like this because I'm thinking that whether or not you use a cartridge or the converter, it still doesn't look really bad. Like, say, if you had a little cartridge in there, if this was all clear, you'd see it, and it might look a little tacky, but it's going to look the same with the converter or the cartridge. So I like that. And let's see, I got so much to say, I'm probably going to be all over the place. But so it's got the hooded nib. Whoops. Got to do it the right place there. And let's see if we can get this to focus there. Got that nice little extra fine hooded nib. And so it feels very stable when you're writing. It's got this nice comfortable grip too, like a tripod grip, triangular grip, I guess they call it. And so I find it extremely comfortable to write with. It also posts really well, and it's super light. And usually, even if a pen is light, I don't like it posted, but I can go either way with this, and it doesn't even bother me. The weight, there's hardly any weight. I think I read that it's 11 grams total. So it's very lightweight, nice and easy on your hands. The converter's included. Let's get into one that's not inked up. This one is inked up, and we'll be writing with this one. But let's just get into this one so we can look at it. This is just on the off chance you haven't already got one, because I think a lot of people already have it. But so it just has the little standard converter, the Jinhao converter that works really good. Goes in there. Screws back on. Real easy. I think this would be a really fun pen for children. But I'm a big kid, so I love mine too. I had to end up ordering different colors. I wish I'd gotten it out of my system and gotten one of each color, but for right now I have the colors that I most wanted. Well, this one's going to be going to someone. And then the ones that I really wanted was the dark pink, the purple, and the orange, because I actually have specific inks that I want to put in those. But like I said, it does take the standard cartridge, which makes that really nice for somebody if you want to get somebody started who is not going to be using bottled ink or samples or the converter right away. That's okay, because they can use those cartridges, which I think is neat. The other thing is that you can eyedropper convert this. I haven't done it, so I can't tell you, how successful it is. I'm looking at those, let's see if we can get that to focus there. I'm looking at the threads, and I'm just not sure, but that's kind of similar to the petite one, so I don't know. Maybe anybody here who's tried it, if you would put it in the comments, that would be neat. I tend to take a long time to end up eyedroppering anything, because, well, I get along real good with these converters anyway, and I do like to try so many different inks. And that's another thing. The converter has a 0.80, almost a whole milliliter ink capacity, so that's good. That's really good. I don't find that I'm just running to fill it up every minute, because it's got that extra fine nib. Let's see, I've got to look at my notes here. Lightweight, postable, I think, and so I measured it at about 6 inches. It may be a little bit more or less, but it's quite long when it's like this. you know, and then not so much when it's unposted. But my hand is small, but this is not going to present anyone a problem in terms of weight or anything when it is posted. So I think that's what's really neat. Okay, I keep forgetting this is the one that's inked up. And I actually, in this one, I have the Bunga Box Hatsukoi. This is a nice dark ink, really pretty. I don't know if you could see that, the way that acts, but it's really, really nice. It's got a nice sheen to it. I really love this, and I didn't buy this either. A pen friend, the same pen friend that sent me the pen, sent me the ink sample, and boy have I been having fun. So there's that. And let's see. So the neat thing is, and I got some notes, I might as well put them on here. It comes in 12 colors that I know of. So I've made little check marks on the ones that I have already. The purple and the orange and dark blue, dark pink and light blue. But it also comes in gray and white, light pink, lime green. Lime green, I don't know why I didn't order that. I guess green doesn't always count, you know, call me first. And then black and red. And yellow. So it's available in a lot of colors. Now, they are $3.95 at Goulet Pens. You can get them cheaper on eBay or Amazon, but watch out. Watch out what you're getting, because that's where I ended up getting one with the wrong kind of nib. I'll show you the kind of nib I ended up getting. I ended up getting shipped a pen, a shark pen, but with a different nib, and I've got so many nibs like that. And at the time, I was just so tired of smoothing nibs all the time. You know, I probably, now I actually probably would enjoy it, but at the time, I had to smooth so many. I had so many pens that didn't have very smooth nibs. And these don't need smoothing, or at least in my opinion, anyway. So just be careful if you're going to do it that way. Not only will it be a longer wait from eBay, but just make sure you're dealing with a seller that looks pretty good and that you can see somewhere in the description you're getting what you want to get. Because otherwise, I really think it's worth it to just order them. That's where I got mine, from Goulet Pens. So there's a lot of in my opinion, there's a lot going for these little pens. They're super smooth writers. And keep in mind, this is just my opinion, but I like that comfortable grip, and you may not like it if you don't like a somewhat forced or suggested grip. I think they're fun and they make me happy, and they're affordable for sure. You've got a super lot of color choices. And being so versatile, having 3 ways to ink it up, that's awesome. You can use your converter that comes in it. You can pop in a standard international cartridge, or you can eyedropper it, which with the disclaimer that I haven't tried that, and I'm not sure how that's going for people, but I find it very easy to maintain and clean, and it posts very nicely. It's been great on all my paper. I'm going to show you in a minute my everyday notebook paper. I ripped out a page and I was doing some testing. So then on the con side, I wrote down that the nib sizes are somewhat limited. I think most of them come in the extra fine, but from some of what I saw on eBay, you could get it in fine, but I believe that's where it starts getting tricky as far as, am I getting the right style of nib that I want to get? You know, so I can't be quoted on that, but certainly we're not dealing with medium nibs or anything like that on these, so you're not having a full range. And then I'm going to show you the 991, which is very comparable. If you don't like the shark head on yours, but you want a similar writing experience, you might like that pen. So, and would I purchase again? Yes. Yeah, here I come. I probably, you know, definitely would like to fill in and have all the colors. They're just so pretty, and they write so well. That's the main thing. But let's start in looking at some writing samples just real quick. This is the notebook paper that I write on every day. It's a large notebook, a full-sized one, like, you know, 8.5 by 10 or 11 or something like that. And I got it from Office Depot, and it's got real good paper that's fountain pen friendly. So that's the item number, just in case you're interested. 296-185. But these, all 3 of these pens, this is the shark pen. I write with it all the time in that notebook, and it does really well. Most all my pens do, but some of them don't write as smoothly on this. But these really do. These little small hooded nibs, and we're going to compare 2 other hooded nib pens in a minute. And this is the 991. And then the Hero that I'll show you in a minute has, it either needs smoothing or it just plain has more feedback than I like. But, and then, you know, you can even get away with writing on a regular, this is a regular Dollar Tree index card, 200 for $1, and I can even write on my little index cards, and I don't see feathering or anything like that, which is kind of amazing. So that's pretty cool. And then I started to write on here, but then I realized I wanted to do some of it on camera too, so, or at least with the shark pen, and maybe with the other one. But of course it does great on the Rhodia. It's just really smooth. Both of these pens are, and they're very similar in style, so we'll look and compare those. So let's go ahead and, yeah, let me move this stuff and we'll just do a little bit of comparing with the other comparable pens, and then we'll do some writing. I can't forget that. Okay, so here's the shark pen. Let's get the one that's inked up. Just because that's what I'm going to be needing to have. All right. Try to be straight, somewhat straight. Okay, so here it is. And this is the 991 that comes in different colors. It comes in colors like this too, but this one has a different nib. And it has that same hooded nib, or it seems to be the same. This one is a super writer, but this was sent to me by a pen friend long time back. And this particular person is excellent with pens, so I can't be sure, but what that person might have smoothed the nib. I don't know. That wasn't mentioned, I don't think, but I thought, wow, you know, this is super smooth. Just as smooth, maybe even more so, as the shark. So I'm not exactly sure. There may have been a little work done on that. But, so this one is available in a lot of different colors, like on eBay and Amazon. So, and again, you have to make sure if you're wanting that hooded nib that you look for that. And then this is the one that's also the 991, but it has the more classic style. I believe that's a number 5 nib, so that's different, and that's not, I don't prefer those. I tend to have to work more on those. And then this is a little Hero, and I think it's 007. At least that's what it says, and I didn't purchase this either. This was part of a little drawing that I won a long time ago from Larry's Fountain Pens. And this has the same little hooded nib. Well, not the same. It is different. It is different, and it's but it's a similar style, so I thought we could compare it. And the only thing I'm not really good at with this type of a filling mechanism, this particular one, I could see that there's a little ink in there, and I could tell I was drawing some up, but I do have a little struggle with that. So I kind of prefer I definitely prefer the converters on the Jinhaos, but this is, you know, kind of comparable, so that we could just do a little bit of, you know, looking and everything. So in that pen, I've got the Robert Oster Blue Ice. We're going to move this one. And then in the 991, I've got the Bunga Box 4B. And in the shark pen, I have the Bunga Box Hatsukoi. So now let's see if we could do a little bit of writing right here. We'll start out with the shark pen. I want to try to, you know, get a good view here, but sometimes it's hard. So this is a Jinhao 993 shark pen, extra fine. I'm hoping you can see that, as it's such a wet writer. I didn't do anything to it, just write out a little plastic slip, which, by the way, I meant to show and mention it. You know, just what it lacks in packaging, it makes up for in writing, but because all you get is a little plastic sleeve for it. But it's just I mean, you can see that, I'm sure. It's just such a nice wet writer. Of course, my writing is horrible on this angle, but so I have just been thrilled with this beyond. I mean, I was like, oh my gosh, I would have missed out or dragged my feet, gone without this option longer if my pen friend hadn't generously just sent me one out of the blue, you know. And it just so happens that I was looking then later for a nice extra fine option for my login jotters and some other notebooks, but especially the login jotters. So, okay, let's try this one since we're right here anyway. So this is the Bunga Box 4B. And this is the Jinhao 991. Let's see, I'm hoping it'll focus. Okay. Jinhao. See, and I've sensed that there's something special about this one. It may very well have been smoothed a little by someone, but I can't be sure. It just, wow. Because this is a very comparable ink, same brand and everything, different color. Because I've been wanting to experiment with all my blue inks. I don't know, can you see that? A minute ago we could see all of the way it's, this is just so super smooth. It's incredible. So we're talking about, you know, if you just don't like the shark, certainly you might want to consider the 991 because that's amazing. And then this one here is a good writer. Let's take a look here. And it's Hero. Oops. Okay. I have to hold it just right though, and I can't see really good here. So it does have a little bit more of a spot. This is the Hero 007 with an extra fine hooded nib. And I don't know if you could see that, but it definitely does put down the ink. There's no question about that. I feel like it has a little bit of a fussiness about how you hold it, but that's, you know, that's normal. And I'm trying to do this in such a weird way so you can see it. And it's a little more feedbacky. It's certainly putting down the ink for an extra fine very, very nicely. But I haven't smoothed it or worked on it, and I probably should, because for my way of writing especially, and this is on Rhodia, so it ought to do real good. So anyway, this, you know, this is a really nice option too if you like something like this, a little bit more, you know, with the metal cap and everything. But anyway, we're not reviewing that pen today. I just wanted you to have kind of an idea that there's many others too, but these are what I have that are similar so that you could kind of compare and see. Oh yes, I promised I'd show you. So it just comes really simply. Actually, that's funny. This one didn't have a sticker. I didn't take the sticker off, but it comes in this little, I don't know if you can even see it. You know, it's not going to be much frills. And then it does have the little sticker on it that says Jinhao and some other stuff and the Chinese lettering. So, you know, actually this is the one I need to save because this one's going to be a gift. So that one has to be. That's funny. The pink one and the orange one just didn't have a sticker. I don't remember peeling them off. So, but that's the way it was. So, okay. So I just thought I'd give you an idea of, you know, what these pens are all about. If you don't know, which they've been floating around. They've been swimming around all summer and before that, so they've been around a long time. Actually, I saw one, I saw a box of 12 for a really good price on Amazon, but then I still wasn't finding the right nibs on them, and I don't want those regular nibs. I want the hooded nibs because they write so well. So hopefully this has been helpful to you. And let's see, I wanted to show one other just sort of pen related thing before we do the crystal, and then we'll do the crystal. So, let's see, let's get set for that. We'll put that here. But I just wanted to show you this that I made today because I was trying to make a little cover for my log and jotter, and I was really eyeing a leather one. Now, my sewing is just hideous on this. I don't even want to start pointing out all the mistakes. But I had fun with it anyway. And, of course, I did the little side eyelet thing so that I could just close it. And this was the log and jotter that was sent to me. It was such a surprise. Remember, I talked about how I missed this one, and that was the reason I finally subscribed, because I realized I was going to keep missing them if I didn't hurry up and get subscribed. Well, they sent me one after I did my other video on their notebooks, and I just was so excited. So I just did a little, like a side pocket here, and then the notebook fits into here. But I was running into construction issues of, well, I had to sew, like, I had to get these lines on here first. So anyway, I still have to figure out how to avoid all this. And I think I have, but anyway, that's just a sideline. But this is the kind of thing I love to do, is figure out, you know, how to how to have some of these things that I want, but my budget won't allow another pen purchase right now because I've really been, oh boy, I've really been, well, in my defense, I think you probably all have noticed too, there's a lot of pens coming out and a lot of interesting things in association with both the DC pen show and the San Francisco pen show. So I think that's what's happening to us. Like, there's a lot of things all at once. And so, you know, there's plenty of time. I shouldn't get, but this is nice because it satisfies my need to have, I wanted a cover for it so that I could kind of put it in my purse and stuff. Anyway, there's that. And then today we have a crystal from Australia. And this is called Mookaite. It's actually, my understanding is it's a form of jasper. I'm getting, it's actually called Australian jasper or Mookaite. But there's a lot of interesting stuff here. This came from, I believe this came from healingcrystals.com. That's where I meant to go anyway when I went looking. But we can start in this book, I think, because this just generally, it goes into jasper, and then we'll go into the specifics. Because right here, I just wanted to read, it says, a beautifully striped brown jasper from Australia called Mookaite, or Mook Jasper, supports the reproductive system and eases tension in the lower back area. It also creates a connection with your ancestors, particularly if healing is needed around family issues. So this kind of gets us started in the broader category. And then I had to look up a little bit more that's very specific in this crystal, and I really liked what it said, and I was not surprised that I was kind of drawn to this one today. It says, Mookaite, also called Australian jasper, is a powerful healing stone that helps provide stability to one's perspective of life, helping make the right decisions based on objective knowledge. Mookaite connects one to the energies of the earth, allowing for a deeper connection to the eternal instinct of the spirit in human form. Working with Mookaite during meditation can help to connect with ancestor spirits, bringing an intuitive understanding of the natural evolution of the spirit. Mookaite balances the root, solar plexus, and third eye chakras and can improve the flow of energy between the chakras. One can use Mookaite to access genetic memory to help awaken all of one's abilities. Now, if I remember right, this was very inexpensive. I got it at the little metaphysical shop downtown before they closed, and now we don't have them anymore, so that's sad. But there's much more here, but you can look it up online if you're interested. Mookaite Jasper. Nice. And when I heard it was from Australia, that just made it better, so I was really excited about it. So let me know, what's the story? How many of my viewers, how many people here already have these pens, and what do you think of them? I totally understand if we don't think the same things, because, you know, we're all very different and unique, but I personally found these to be just a shocker as far as how smooth they write. So, and that's so important. And then because they're so darn fun and they come in such bright colors, that's, you know, that just had my name all over it, really. So thank you very much for viewing, and oh my goodness, I've gone on a long time today, and I'll see you on the next video. Bye now.